Hey there, guys. How are you? Welcome back to another day of tabletop baseball. Combat Painters playing the San Diego Padres at New York Mets circa 1979. And the Mets in this season replay, happened to be 3-14 when actuality they were 7-10. So it shows you what kind of manager I am. And in this game, the Mets happened to be winning 3-2. We are in the bottom of the seventh in Shea Stadium, Flushing, Queens, New York, and it's Doug Flynn in the box facing Eric Rasmussen. Rasmussen replaced Bob Ochinko, and we're ready to roll here. I'm going to get the crowd going. And then we're going to start. All right, so here goes. It's going to be Eric Rasmussen, the right-hander, 27 years old. He was 6-9 with a 3.27 ERA, pitched 156 innings. And it's Doug Flynn. Doug Flynn against righties bats 236. That's a 3. That's defense. And we roll a 79. Now that's going to be outside of range for whether it's a range effect or it's a error effect. And we're just going to pull cards to see what kind of out it is and to whom. And that's a pitcher out. And the pitcher goes, I believe, here in the center. The out is a ground ball. So it's a comebacker. And Eric Rasmussen feels his position, out number 1. So now it's the pitcher hitting card for Craig Swan. And that's a 6. That's in play off Rasmussen, a 52. And in play, he's a 3, pitcher hitting card 3. So, and I'll double check that, yes. So it's a 6, it's in play. That's going to be easy out, 52, and it's a fly ball lifted to right. Shallow, Winfield, 2 down. Taveras, 0 for 2. He walked and grounded out twice. It's a 10, that's Patient. Good chance for Taveras to get on base. Patient against a righty, 34. That's going to be grounded up the middle and through for a single. Richards feels it, gets it in. Taveras, always a threat to steal, and this is a good opportunity with 2 outs. So we're going to check and see if Taveras is going to take off. It's a 6 we need, and we roll a 7. We look at this steal number right here. So he's not going to get a lead. And Richie Hebner now. Richie Hebner's 0 for 3, flied out, struck out, and grounded out. 2 out. Taveras on at first with excellent speed. A double will score him. Richie Hebner, lefty, in the box. Pitch from Rasmussen. 9, ballpark. So at Shea Stadium, on a lefty batter like Hebner is, we need a 1-46 for it to be wheelhouse, and no, so it's in play. But we do get a chance to roll again. And it's a 67, in play 67. That's way out of hit range into the out range, and that's a grounder to short. And Smith is going to step on the bag for out number 3. We go to top of the 8th. In the top of the 8th, Swan is going to face Richards, Ozzie Smith, and Jerry Turner. Gene Richards is a lefty, and he bats 292 against righties. It's a 5. That's in play on Swan's card. A in play 78 takes us to an out range, and that's going to be a fly ball lifted to center. Mazzilli there puts it away. 1 down. Gene Richards is retired. Next is Ozzie Smith, who's 0 for 3. Defense. And that's a 26. A 26, we're going to look at error 5. So that's a ball that's hit to Hebner. Hebner is a 2 error, so we rolled a 26 on a 2, and that's going to be an error on Hebner. I'm going to look and see what happens here. Third base. And that's an error, 1 base error, so he muffs it, grounder hit right at him, and he boots it, and Ozzie Smith is on at first, E5. Now Ozzie Smith, with 28 stolen bases, only 7 caught stealing, is a B, a 5B, so we need to roll a 5 or less. And we roll a 7, so he won't be going, and we're going to use that tough. And that's tough to the next batter, Jerry Turner, left-handed. Turner is 1 for 3. He homered in his last at-bat. And that's a 52, a 7 tough 52, and that's going to be outrange. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. Craig Swan's an 8 on double plays, but Turner, with good speed, is a 6. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. A fielder's choice, 5-4, 2 outs. And on at first is going to be Jerry Turner. Turner had 4 stolen bases, caught twice. So we will roll. We need something super duper low here. Probably not going to happen. 9 against Dave Winfield, right-handed batter. He's 2 for 3. He's doubled and singled. A 9 is going to be ballpark. Not the roll you want to have on Dave Winfield, who hit 34 home runs. So what we're looking for here on a right-handed batter, what do we roll? Ballpark. We first need to roll 1 to 33, less than 33, and it isn't, so it's in play. In play 30, and that's going to be right outside of hit range, and that's going to be a pop-up. And Stearns, calling for it, makes the catch, out number 3. So Winfield pops up to Stearns on a pitch that potentially could have been dangerous for the Mets. And it's Rasmussen again against Lee Mazzilli, John Stearns, and Willie Montanez. It's a 3-2 score. Mets are up 3-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Both teams have 7 hits. Here's the pitch to Mazzilli. Mazzilli today's 1 for 3. 7, that's in play. And that's a 73. That's going to be an outrange for sure. That's going to be a ground to second. Gonzalez, Fernando Gonzalez playing second base. Throws out Mazzilli. Next batter, Stearns. Stearns homered in this game. He's 1 for 3. That's an 8 in play. And then play 68. And that's going to be a ground to second. Again, Gonzalez. 2 down. And Willie Montanez, who's 2 for 3, singled twice and flied out. That's a 4. That's patient. And that's a 0-7. A patient 0-7 is a base on balls. Montanez walks. Montanez in yesterday's game against the Dodgers had 4 hits and 5 RBIs. Today he's 2 for 3. So the batter is Joel Youngblood. Youngblood's 0 for 2 on the day. That's a 3. That's defense. And that's a 14. That's going to be an automatic either range hit or an automatic error. And it's a range center field. So no matter what his range is, so we're not even going to look up his range. And it's going to be a center field. Let's see what happens here. A hit to center field is going to be a single with runner advancing 2 bases. Single runner advances 2 bases to third. So we have first and third now with 2 outs. Youngblood is first. Willie Montanez is at third. And it's Steve Henderson's. Henderson is 1 for 3. He's single grounded out twice. Right-handed batter. That's Snake Eyes, which is a wheelhouse. So you put it in the wheelhouse against a righty. 1 to 13 for Henderson to knock it out of the park. And we rolled a 45. That's all the way out there. Can't see that. 45. A wheelhouse 45 is outside the hit range, and that's going to be grounded to Mike Hargrove at first. Bobbles it, makes the play for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th now. So Doug Flynn has an opportunity here to pitch a complete game. He's allowed 7 hits, 2 runs on 7 hits. The minute Swan, he allows a base runner. They have Skip Lockwood and Neil Allen. But Neil Allen pitched a couple of days ago, so it's probably Skip Lockwood and Dwight Bernard. Or is that, let me look, let me grab the binoculars to take a look at that number. It looks like it's Orozco. Jesse Orozco, the lefty, and Skip Lockwood, the righty, in the bullpen warming up. So I think that if Craig Swan allows a base runner, which would be the tying run on base, you're going to see one of them. That's an 8. That's tough. An advantage for Swan. Tough pitch. And a tough 81. That's going to be in the out range. And that's a ground to second. One down. Next is Bill Fahey. He's 1 for 3. He bats from the left side. Pitch from Swan is an 8. Again, tough. 99. That's going to be modifier pop-up. And that pop-up is Montanez. Montanez calling for it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Mets are 1 out of way from winning their 4th game of the season, improving their record to, hard to believe, 4-14. They were actually 7-8 up to this point, and then after this game, they were 8-10. So obviously, I'm not the manager that Joe Torre was. So it's Barry Evans. Barry Evans is 23-year-old, third baseman, plays third base, shortstop, and second base. He batted .250 versus righties in 100 at-bats with 1 home run. So we're going to see a pinch hitter here. We're going to see a lefty pinch hitter. It's going to be Broderick Perkins. Broderick Perkins is going to bat. He actually played in this game, and he pinch hit in this game, I believe. I'm going to double check. Perkins, yeah, he pinch hit in this game. He went 0 for 1 pinch hitting. So he's going to come in and he's going to pinch hit for Barry Evans. Let's see, Perkins. All right, let me set you up on this, on what's going on. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Perkins is going to bat for Evans. The score is 3-2. Nobody's on base. And Swan is 1 out away from completing this game, pitching a 7-hitter. The pitch from Swan is a 4. That's in play. And that's a 27. An in-play 27 against a right-hander is a base hit. Perkins, pinch hit single with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th. And now it's going to be Fernando Gonzalez. Evans is out. Fernando Gonzalez, who batted .205 versus righties. And it looks like the Mets are going to go to the bullpen. The Mets are going to go to Skip Lockwood. Skip Lockwood also pitched in this game, and he's coming in. Now, Lockwood was 2-5 with a 1.49 ERA. All right, so here's the pitch from Lockwood. The tying run is on first base. Now, Perkins, we're going to take a look at Perkins would steal. Potentially, would he steal? And no, he never had a stolen base. So it's Fernando Gonzalez. That's a 5. That's patient. A patient 57. A patient against a right-hander. That's in the out range. As a fly ball lifted to right. Youngblood. He's there. The Mets win. The Mets win. Number 4. 4th win of the season. They are now 4-14. And they play San Diego. 1 more game. It's a 2-game set here at Shea. And then they head out to they head out to the West Coast, where they're going to play Los Angeles and San Francisco, and again I think the Padres, and so on. So we have one more game with the Padres here at Shea Stadium, where you'll hear the Shea Stadium theme song and now the Citi Field theme song, "Meet the Mets," one of the greatest songs ever written. It would be recognized as so. Go Mets, Walter. How are you, brother? Meet the Mets would be, in the Hall of Fame of music if, like, let's say we could have gotten Frank Sinatra to sing it rather than New York, New York. It would have been like, Meet the Mets. Anyway, but it didn't happen, so it's kind of a little bit obscure. And it's the Padres one more game at Shea, and then we head out to San Francisco where we're going to play the Giants on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of May. And actually, game 5 of that series is on YouTube, and you can watch it. And I watched it last night, and I kept score for that game just to get to know the players. And it's fascinating, man. I'd do anything to have access to old, like, 70s MLB games. And I know they're out there somewhere. Somebody has an archive of these games stored. And that would be amazing. So we're going to play one more game with the Padres. And I'll tell you a little bit about the pitching matchup that you're going to see for that game. You're going to see Gaylord Perry against Mets starter Wayne Twitchell. Who's that? Oh, man, I'm sorry I missed that, brother. And that's what you're going to see in a little while. So I'm going to set that game up, and I'm going to cut it off here quickly so I can set up that game and take a little break, and then later this evening come back and play that game. See if the Mets can win another one. So it's Combat Painter signing off. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Ciao. Mets win it by a score of 3-2, and Swan gets a victory, and Skip Lockwood gets a save. The loss goes to Bob Ochingo, and